Discover alternative healing techniques in today's episode with Chris Terzakos. Chris is an entrepreneur, self-healing coach, and the author of 3 books: Hernia Without Surgery, Natural Testosterone After 60, and Belonging to Yourself. So Chris, tell us, how can entrepreneurs heal themselves? Heal Podcast with Lily Patrascu shares longevity and anti-aging techniques to stay young forever, increase energy, overcome addiction, and live your longest, best life ever. Shared by world's most innovative, alternative, and traditional health thought leaders, healers, and doctors. Discover quantum healing strategies to heal your mind, body, and soul.
Entrepreneurs can heal themselves by staying dedicated and focused on what you need to heal on. You can't get derailed from what the issue is as far as healing. You need to stay focused, have a positive mindset, and just concentrate on what you need to heal.
Thank you. Tell us about your journey of healing and why is it important for you to now share that information?
Well, in my generation, we didn't have podcasts. We didn't have encyclopedias that you can look up and can learn from. So that's why I'm on podcast. I wrote a couple of books to help people in this lifetime. So yeah, self-healing, it's an entrepreneur venture. And it's a lot of studying, a lot of deep diving, a lot of tests. You do your own testing to see if it worked, if it didn't work. And whatever worked, then you write them down. And then that's how I wrote my book.
Great. So tell us more about your journey for healing. What specifically did you heal and with what method?
Okay, so I'll start with the hernia. I had an inguinal hernia at the age of, I believe I was 52 years old. I'm 65 years old today, physical fit. So yeah, I got a hernia when I was 52. I went to the doctor, make a long story short, he wanted to do surgery. I told him, hold off on the surgery. And then I started to dive into how am I going to heal this hernia myself. So I started my journey on different tests. I studied on the computer. I was up all hours of the night trying different things. And then I found a couple of items that started to work. So I wrote them down. And so I'm 65 today, and you would never know I even had a hernia.
So tell us, how can entrepreneurs heal themselves? Like, what is the blueprint for someone who has, let's say, a chronic pain or a chronic disease? How can they start healing themselves? What should they do? Like step 1 to 5, let's say.
Well, there's different cases of healing, depending on what it is. The first thing to do is, try to have a positive mindset. Change your thinking. Don't sit there and start dwelling and, don't do the, oh my God, look what happened. Don't do it. Don't do that. That's not going to heal you. So whatever you have to say, okay, I have it. I accept it. What am I going to do about it? I need to do research. I need to contact people, which, people can contact me on my website all the time. Ask questions and just, take care of yourself. To heal, first you got to relax, to take one day at a time, because healing is a journey. It's not going to, heal in 2 days. So take your time, one day at a time, whatever the healing circumstances may be, and one day you'll reach your goal. That's how I did it.
Thank you. Is there any particular technique that entrepreneurs can actually use to heal, aside from, seeking advice and that kind of thing? Is there anything, like any routines or habits or apps that you have found useful in order to heal yourself?
Yeah, one of them, that's a good question. One of them is sleep. You got to try to get as much sleep as you can in order to heal from anything. So sleep is really, really important. The other thing that you need to do is I would exercise. So Now, it doesn't mean, exercise meaning you got to go to the gym and you spend 2 hours at a gym. You can exercise at home. If you have chronic pain on your arms or your legs, do what you can do. Just don't sit there, because you got to create blood flow in your body. So blood flow is good for the brain. It's good for the muscles, good for the bones. It's good for the mind. So you got to create blood flow. So don't sit around, don't dwell. Get good night's sleep, and I would recommend some type of exercise. You could walk, you lift light weights. If you're really in pain, just don't sit there, because when you sit there, you're going to be like a rotten egg or a rotten avocado. You're just going to rot away. So don't do that.
Thank you. So just to clarify, you're not a doctor. You're basically someone who has experienced pain, and you've managed to heal yourself, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so tell us some of the steps that you've taken, aside from everything you talked about so far. What else have you done that helped you heal yourself?
Well, to heal the hernia, I was taking like hot Epsom salt baths. I was taking baths like 4 days a week. I would rub the area, the affected area, with essential oils. I maintained exercising. I wore a hernia belt for about 40, maybe 60 days straight. Every morning I put it on. I wore it for about 16 hours out of the day. So these were some of the steps. I was taking some vitamins, definitely vitamin D. So if you're listening to this podcast, whoever you are, you got to stay on vitamin D. It's the most crucial vitamin that everybody should be taking. You should be on vitamin D.
Thank you. Is there anything else that you recommend entrepreneurs do to heal themselves? What other alternative healing techniques did you leverage?
I did a lot of talking out loud. I did a lot of reading, different things that you need to know about the human body, about the human mind. So I did a lot of reading. I spent a lot of time like digging down, about myself even, things that I need to learn that I could pass on to other people. And that's what I did in my 3 books, actually.
Thank you. Tell us more about your book about natural testosterone after 60. What did you do there to heal yourself? What were the
Yeah. That's another good question. My testosterone level was low. So, a doctor wanted to put me on testosterone replacement therapy. Now, I know about TRT. They call it TRT. It's for the rest of your life. So you got to take a shot every week. You got to see a doctor twice a month. You got to donate blood every 3 months because your blood thickens. You got to watch your prostate because you can get in a large prostate. You got to watch your heart. You can get a heart attack. You can get a stroke. So all these side effects, I didn't want to be no part of it. So again, I dug down, did exactly what I did with the hernia. I studied. I tried a whole bunch of different things. So my testosterone level was 81 nanograms, which is terrible. So when I went on my program that I established on my own after studying a bunch of things, 8 months later, I went back to a holistic doctor and my testosterone came back a little less than 700. So I went from 81 up to about, I think it was like 681. And both tests are in the book. So whoever reads the book, you'll see the before and the after.
Thank you. So what did you do to get to this result?
Wow, what did I do? I did a lot of changes. What did I do? I started, I ate a lot of organ meat. You need to eat organ meat, whether it's liver, hearts, kidneys. Organ meat for us men is really, really important because it will increase your testosterone by about 37%. Also, you eat a lot of raw ginger. Ginger is good for blood flow. So ginger would also increase your testosterone by probably about 17%. So exercise, just staying on a regimen, get natural sunlight. If you can get 15, 20 minutes a day of natural sunlight, which is also vitamin D, that'll increase your testosterone levels. I talk about androgen receptors. If your androgen receptors in your body are not activated, there's no sense. Testosterone will never work. Now, you have androgen receptors everywhere in your body, your chest, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your legs. You have to activate those androgen receptors so that testosterone flows and then knows where to send all these receptors. It goes to the brain, the muscle, the bones. It's pretty complex. So, yeah, androgen receptors need to be activated. Now, the question is, how do you activate them? A cup of coffee will activate androgen receptors. Exercise will also activate androgen receptors. Spicy food will also trigger the androgen receptors. Once they're up and activated, the testosterone flows, through the blood, through the androgen receptors, and then sends the testosterone to all parts of your body. That's how it works.
Thank you. Tell us some lessons from Belonging to Yourself from your book related to alternative healing techniques. Did that, some of the lessons that you've learned, did they help you to heal your mind? And share some of those examples with us of how other entrepreneurs can do it too.
Yeah, Belonging to Yourself is a memoir about my life growing up. So growing up, you're single family, mother with 4 kids. Dad was out doing his thing. So you had to learn the hard way. And in my case, I came out of high school. I went right into construction. I was fortunate enough, I think 5 years later in construction, I was recognized by the owner of the company. He called me in the office. He's seen a lot of, potential in me, and he made me a supervisor. That was the day I started my entrepreneurship, the day that he appointed me to be a supervisor for the company. It was a big company too. So I started my entrepreneurship. And one thing that I need to share about entrepreneurship, you need to listen to the people around you, okay? The people that work under you, you need to listen to them because they have a lot of good ideas. You don't know it all, and I don't think anybody knows it all. So sometimes when they make a suggestion, as an entrepreneur, don't deny it right away. Think about what they said. If it makes sense, then you go with it, because that can only flourish you as an entrepreneur. And believe me, people have great ideas. You might not think they do. A lot of people, we'll listen to them. No, listen to them, because some of their ideas are brilliant, and use it to your benefit. And then you could pass it on, to others in this life. So that was part of the entrepreneurship. I always listen to the people around me. Now, surround yourself with the right people also, because if you don't, they'll take you down. People that, that you thought were good, it can ruin you. So surround yourself with some really dynamite people if you can.
Thank you. Tell us where entrepreneurs can find you.
My website is healingwarriors.com. I could be contacted on Instagram, my YouTube channel. I'm available. You can make appointments. I give out a 30-minute tree a conversation if you need to talk to me, and then we can go from there.
Thank you. Follow me for more interviews with world's most innovative health change makers to live your healthiest life ever.